Holy shit, look at my tribute. Yo! This is the best map for tribute, I swear to God. Holy shit. You guys asked me, how am I running my rituals? So, in today's video, I'll go through everything you need to know about it. Whether you're new to ritual and you don't know where to start, or you're already familiar with them and you want to improve your setup, you'll find everything you need to know in this video. I will cover things like how to set up your ritual tree, how to get an audience with the king, how to get ahead of the king, and how to set up the Rite of the Nameless. I'll also explain what to focus on when setting everything up and which tablets to use for the Rite of the Nameless. By the end of this video, you should have everything you need to get the most out of your rituals. So what exactly are rituals in Path of Exile 2? Rituals are special encounters where you activate the ritual altars and defeat waves of monsters within the ritual area. Every monster you kill gives you tribute, which is the currency you use to purchase rewards from the ritual window. Favors are rewards that you can buy with your tribute, and they can include valuable items, currency, and sometimes powerful or rare drops. If you don't like the favors you're offered, you can reroll them for more options, but rerolling costs tribute. You can also defer a favor. This lets you reserve that item for a future ritual instead of buying it immediately. The item will come back later at a reduced tribute cost, allowing you to save up for something more expensive. So basically, you complete the rituals, earn tribute, spend it on favors, reroll when you want different options, and defer valuable items when you can't afford them yet. Now that we know how ritual works, let's talk about how I recommend setting up your ritual tree. First thing that you want when you're running rituals is pack size, because the more monsters you kill in rituals, the more tribute you make. Second is rare monsters, magic monsters, and bosses. That's why we are taking Summoning Circle on our Atlas, but I will explain in detail later on how it works and how to set it up if possible. And for the ritual tree, we care about node number 2 that will give us more favors, and node number 3 that will give us more tribute. I will explain later on how and why I set it up the way that I do. And for the other node, you want to select Tainted, because Tainted is the ritual that has belts in it. And we are also running Jado. Why Jado? Because the increased effect of the modifiers of the tablets is way too good to not use it. Before we get into the last part, let me quickly show you how to get the ritual items we need to access each of these encounters. First, we have an audience with the king, which is an item we get through the ritual mechanic. Basically, you need to run rituals in your normal maps, offer your tribute to the king, and once you fill the audience bar, you'll get an audience with the king. Now, an audience with the king gives us access to the king in the mist. To find the encounter, go to your map device and look for the Crux of Nothingness icon. Keep in mind that you need to have an audience with the king in your inventory for the Crux to appear on your Atlas. Once you enter the Crux of Nothingness and defeat the king in the mist, he'll drop the head of the king. The boss has 2 phases with a labyrinth in between. After you complete the first phase, you'll be sent into the labyrinth. To find your way out, simply follow the wisps. They will guide you back to the arena for the second phase. We can then take the head of the king back to Kaertart and use it to start the Rite of the Nameless. The Rite of the Nameless is a chain of 6 ritual maps where each encounter becomes more challenging because monsters, including bosses from previous maps, can return in later rituals. As we progress through the Rite, we collect the Call of the Shadow FG pieces. Once we have enough pieces, we can place them into FG in Kaertart and gain access to the ritual pinnacle boss called the Bodak. Now that we covered the basics of the rituals, let's get into the most profitable part of the mechanic called Rite of the Nameless. Let me show you exactly how I set mine up and what you should be looking for. The first thing we want to look for is a city, because for the strategy that we're using, we want to have at least 1 or 2 city maps in our Rite of the Nameless. Second, keep track of your first 5 maps while checking the bonuses you get, and if you don't like the options you've given, you can close the map selection by pressing escape and choose a different path until you get the bonuses you want. You can do this as many times as you want, as long as you don't select the final map, which is the 6th one. Third, Try to stack as many proliferation buffs as you can. Start with this first and keep the city map for the last. The reason why we want to stack the proliferation buffs is because they carry over to every map that comes after them. And that's also why we want to save the city map for last, so we can bring all those buffs into it, maximize our tribute, and get the most omens possible. Now that we have that covered, let's talk about the tablets we use for the first 5 maps. The first tablet is going to have high chance for omen, pack size, quantity of waystone in map, and for the last modifier, you can choose between monster rarity, magic monsters, or rare monsters. The second tablet is going to have high chance for omens, pack size, quantity of waystones in map, and map contains an additional summoning circle. And for the third tablet, we're gonna use the unique one. I personally go for around 10-11 because we don't want our favors to become too expensive. Why are we doing this for the first 5 maps? The reason we set up the first 5 maps this way is because our strategy is to fish for omens using the second ritual atlas node. Once we find the omens we want, we differ them once so they are saved in the ritual. After that, we can swap out tablets and add the ones with reduced cost of rerolling and differing, and move to the third atlas node, which gives us more increased tribute. For the 6th map and final map, these are the tablets that I use. Pack size, cost reduced for reroll, high chance for omen, and for the last modifier, you can choose again between monster rarity, magic monster, or rare monsters. The second tablet is gonna be pack size, cost reduced for differing, high chance for omen, and again, choose from one of those 3. And of course, we're gonna use the unique tablet as a third one. Now, for the 4th tablet that we are going to use only for the city, we're gonna use the tablet that gives us 3 additional rerolls. The rest of the modifiers on this tablet don't really matter because this tablet is quite expensive, and that's why we only want to use it on city maps where we can get the most value out of those extra rerolls. If you can't afford this tablet, you can simply just use another tablet with a high chance for omens instead. You just won't have as many rerolls available as you would have using the expensive one. And if you want to craft the expensive tablet yourself instead of buying it, I'll show you a quick clip of how to craft it. Take any retail tablets you have, add down to 1 modifier, and KO spam till you get it. Type time on the highlight item bar, so that way whenever you will get the line you want, the box where the tablet is will highlight. And if you get a line but has an additional reroll or 2 additional reroll, just divine it till you get 3 rerolls, and then add the other modifiers using the exalts. Now for the waystones, you only care about pack size, monster rarity, and 8 modifiers. That's all you care about. Now let's jump into the maps and I'll show you exactly how I run the strategy to get as much tribute as possible. First thing you want to do when running the Rite of the Nameless is kill the map boss first, start the ritual, and complete it. Then find the summoning circle and if possible, drag the boss from it into the ritual. I say if possible because some bosses are stationary and they won't follow you. Now kill the boss and then complete the ritual as well. The reason we want the summoning circle in our ritual map is because when we activate it, the summoning circle spawns a powerful boss, and killing that boss in our ritual gives us a big boost to the amount of tribute we can generate. Also, the summoning circle boss from the first map carries through the entire Rite of the Nameless, not just the other rituals on that first map. After these first 2 steps, the order of the remaining ritual doesn't really matter. You just want to repeat this process on every map in the Rite of the Nameless in order to generate as much tribute as possible. Now let's talk about the favors and what you should be looking for. The only items you should be looking for are the purple omens. You can also save the waystone omens, but I would suggest you to check the price for them before that to see if it's worth the time or not. I would also advise you to keep around 10k tribute if possible for the last rerolls in case you're getting the belt, just to have enough tribute to defer it. 2 things that I forgot to mention is that you're getting increased tribute if you're sitting on top of the wisp. And second, when it happens to see an item that you deferred having a red highlight, you have to defer it before rerolling to not lose it. And that covers everything you need to know about setting up the Rite of the Nameless. Now, Let's jump into the Rite of the Nameless and go through the last map to see whether it actually pays off. Trust me, you will want to watch it till the end. Since this is our last map, we're gonna go and change the node from the tree, and we will change the tablet. Let's see what this ritual has. This one has actually 10, which is good. And we're gonna add the reroll and omen and differing and omen, and we are ready to go. And that's pretty much everything you need to know to get started with this ritual farm. If you found the guide helpful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what you think of the strategy or if you find any improvements I should try. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.